What's happening, people? It's your boy Daddy here, bringing you another gun comparison video. This time we're looking at two very popular SMGs, the Bizon and the Vepr. Not the Vector, the Vepr. First thing I want you to notice is it's going to take 3 bullets to kill with either gun at max damage. To find the amount of bullets needed, you simply take 100, that's the character's health, divided by the max or min damage. You figure out how many bullets you need to kill. So in terms of min damage, it's going to take 6 bullets to kill with the Bizon and 5 with the Vepr. The rate of fire for the Bizon is significantly faster, almost 100 rounds per minute, so you're going to be able to get more shots off. But the magazine size for the Vepr is larger, and due to that, you're also going to have a starter larger ammo capacity as well as maximum overall. The ADS time on the Bizon is slightly faster by 5 milliseconds, meaning when you hold L1 you're going to be able to zoom in a little quicker. Reload time essentially the same, slightly faster for the Vepr, but not a big deal. With that said, let's look at the bullet spread so you can see how these guns actually handle. More or less, you're going to be seeing the same thing the entire time. Both guns definitely lend themselves to a vertical recoil, both ADS as well as hipfire. But right now, as you're looking at the Vepr, ADS with no attachments, no perks, it's pretty good. Same thing for the hipfire, contained. The hipfire does lend itself to go vertically. It definitely goes vertical for the Bizon. But the ADS on the Vepr, pretty solid, even without the grip. So keep that in mind, when you're looking for a nice steady beat on SMG. At long range, the Vepr is pretty solid. It seems to handle like an assault rifle. From the experience I've had it, it even kind of looks like the AK-47 or the 74U. Just pretty reminiscent of Call of Duty Black Ops 1. I don't know if you guys feel that way. But anyways, now we're going to be looking at both the guns with the grip. For the Bizon, it is vertical, definitely tighter than it was before. For hipfire, it's tight. It's slightly vertical versus what we saw before. ADS on the Vepr, tight, slightly vertical, and the hipfire, it's contained. It's pretty good, about where we saw it before. Not much of a change with the grip, obviously, which you'd expect. That should expect ADS more than hipfire. But hey, man, these attachments do a weird thing with the in-game coding and whatnot. But both guns pretty good. Overall, with the grip, I would. Well, it depends. If you're looking for better ADS, I'd go with the Vepr. If you're looking for better hipfire, I'd go with the Bizon. So just keep that in mind. Now we're going to be looking at both guns with rapid fire. And as you know, rapid fire has a whole lot of recoil because it's getting those bullets out a lot quicker. So we're going to see for both guns, definitely vertical recoil ADS, extremely vertical for the Bizon, and for both guns, hip-fired, just extremely vertical, except we do see on the Vepr, while it is very vertical, it's pretty contained, meaning that while it does shoot up a lot of the bullets are going towards the center of the crosshair rather than towards the perimeter as we saw with the Bizon. So that's something to keep in mind as well. With rapid fire, I don't know. I'm not a big rapid fire guy. I really don't like the recoil it causes. I'd rather just put extended mags or something like that on. That's something for you guys to play with. You can see the recoil patterns here. Go with whatever you feel comfortable with. Now we're going to be looking at grip and rapid fire. It's the best of both worlds, right? We see with Bizon, it's extremely vertical. Not exactly sure why it is, but it definitely lends itself that way. Wide hip fire. Looking at the Vepr, it's tight ADS, very vertical though. And in terms of hipfire, it's wide and vertical. Like I said, this entire time, it's pretty much straightforward. Both guns are going to be going vertical ADS as well as hipfire, so there's not much of a difference there. I really wouldn't put rapid fire on either of these guns, especially the Bizon. It does have a very good rate of fire, so I don't think it's needed. Just slap the grip on. I think you're in better shape. But now we're looking at the guns with steady aim on, and if you notice, both guns are going to shoot up extremely vertical, which we didn't see when the guns were, naked with no attachments. That's extremely weird. Same thing even with hip firing. They just shoot up extremely high with steady aim, actually. So while the bullets are shooting towards the center of the crosshair, the gun itself isn't staying very level. So, you're going to have more bullets going towards the center, but it's going to be hard if you're trying to hip fire someone from, say, medium distance, especially if you're going prone and trying to drop shot, because the bullets really aren't going to be going where it is you want them to go necessarily. So with a little practice, though, I think you might be able to overcome that. So now we're looking at all three: grip, rapid fire, and steady aim. You can see with the Bizon that the ADS is vertical, but it definitely tapered off to the right. And in terms of hip fire, tight and vertical, again, as we've seen with the Vepr, it's tighter than the Bizon was, still going to the up and right, and hip fire pretty good. I'd say it's contained, vertical again, but decently contained. We see that as a pretty good trend on the Vepr. It's just a nice contained hip fire. It's not very wild like we see on the Bizon. So if you're looking for something that's going to be shooting more so straight down the center of the crosshair rather than going towards the perimeter, you're going to go with the Vepr. Alright guys, so with that said, I'm going to show you some charts for you guys to check out. I mean, it's basically breaking down the same information that I went over in the beginning of the video, showing you, you know, the amount of bullets that are going to be needed to kill, as well as the drop off points. You guys can figure all that out. But with that said, guys, thank you very much for watching. Click the video annotation on the screen right now. It's going to take you to my last video, and check out the gun comparison playlist. Alright, have a great day, guys. Peace.